Hello, Z532 family. Today I'm feeling hopeful. And some days, even though I'll go through hours of feeling like there's no hope, I will fight the feeling and work through my thoughts and record myself and do more research and come to a new conclusion. Well, anyways, why am I feeling hopeful today? Specifically, I'm thinking about Jim Carrey. I'm thinking about gratitude. Being grateful even in your last moments. And the power of the brain of like, I could go through this crazy entire experience and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just an animal riding this wheel around. That's crazy in a good way. And it's like only until I feel the pains of existence do you get to then feel or reap the reward of that knowledge. Really quick, I'll say Jim Carrey was like in his last, he got scared, like rightfully so, when the whole Hawaiian missile message goes out saying missiles inbound, you have 10 minutes till your death, basically. I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. But he's saying that where his brain took him was a place of gratitude, a place of just beautiful, like, in other words, you have 10 minutes left, what are you choosing, fear or bliss? And he just sat down and thought about the good times and what he's grateful for. How that's beautiful. And I hope that in my last moments I can be grateful for the times that I've had with the. So here where we are right now, where Corey Zuber right now is, I think about Sanam Tukral or Sanam. I say it wrong every time. I gotta go ask her mom again. Sanam Tukral. I'm like, man, I can't stop wishing I could communicate with this girl. And so I tend to just live my life as if, well, I'll say what I want to say anyways. And someone's going to hear it, even if it's not her. And do the things and share the things with the world that I would share with her despite her being gone. Like, I still have to share something. And sometimes that is like the hardest thing. I'm like, nah, game over. Let's quit. And then hours go by, I'm like, well shit, I'm still here. Carrying on is hard. Now that I got that off my chest, I'm working on a product called PortalGun. It's very simple. Take a 360 video camera, go walk in a store that perhaps doesn't have a website or an online utility. Take a clear scan of the aisles, for example, an antique store or a vintage wardrobe store or a whatever you call where you drawers. Furniture, perhaps a national park, a historical monument, any place where you can't. It's just more like, hey, there's the technology that we are now going to be able to see and walk through 3D spaces, whether it be a photo scan or a NERF or a Gaussian splat. They're all tools or techniques to get you to a three-dimensional field regardless of the data type. The idea is you can look at your phone and kind of like browse what a place is like from afar. I mean, like, this concept is not new. The idea of being able to walk around in a 3D environment, that's not new. But it's more like I'm just piecing it together here. Like, it's pretty obvious. Like, let's say you're going to go to Walmart. And you look up on their little website, like, is this in stock or is it not in stock, or where the heck is it? Oh, it's aisle this, bay 14, shelf 6, and then you get there and you're like, where the heck is that? Imagine if it's just you saw the 3D map and you just like, it's you could see on the shelf. You're like, that's it. It's it right there. And this video or picture was taken, a couple days ago, but I at least know where to walk to. It's like grocery stores understand this, and they actively design against making it easy to find your product. They design grocery stores such that you get lost and walk through the aisles so that you hopefully and inevitably end up buying more things from them. And I'm not saying that's a bad practice. What I am saying is, let's say there's something that you are looking for, and you want to go, you don't want to drive 30 minutes just to find out, they don't have it or it's out of stock. Likewise, there's some antique store that you want to go visit, but let's say that antique store is in another state, and someone told you it's a really fun store. Well, what is going to do more for the antique store? Hiding their thing as if they're a secret treasure and they don't want anyone to get it, and therefore they don't have any sales? Or if I'm like, hey man, I'm going to have someone walk in with a 360 camera, spend 10 minutes just walking around slowly, waving this thing slowly up and down, then just upload it to PortalGun, and then you get a kickback for the quality of your scan. Like you generate a small amount of income just by walking around, and in fact you could turn it into a full-time job if all you wanted to do is walk around. You could go anywhere you want, and as long as you were scanning things and uploading and geotagging the location and then associating it with a company or a location or one of the tags, it's like you could turn that into a life just being a scanner. Like, that's what I hope to provide as a tool, for the people doing the scans. And of course you could scan your own store and make money that way too. Like, if you really jump on board, you'll be doing the scan of your own store. But if you don't, let's say someone's never heard of this idea, and someone just walks in, scans the store, posts it. Now you get more publicity and you generate more virality, and people will come to your store. All because some guy was just going out on an adventure and is like, I'm gonna go to Bali, I'm gonna go, look at this music store, they have some cool music things. Walks around for 10 minutes, does a quick little scan, talks to like the person who's like super low tech and is like, we don't have a website, we just have instruments. Well anyways, there's the idea. So I'm building the site as we speak. PortalGun.co and PortalGun.io, a product of Z532. Z532 is my personal business. In the limit, I will have 532 separate companies. In other words, diversifying my route to success by just seeing things that aren't yet in the world, but very well can be very soon. Like AI Barf's one of them. InnoPrison is one of them. But today, I'm talking about PortalGun. So it's going to be a product of Z532. You'll walk around with any 360 camera. I have the X4. X5 just came out. X3 is probably good enough, but of course, quality of the scan will get you more money. And then we'll be making an API for people to integrate this into their own website. So if you're a music store or if you're a hotel, and if you wanted someone to like, of course there will be data limits, but we are on the brink of data being like, who gives a fuck about how much data? Like seriously, if the hard drive, so what we are tending toward is a society where it's the amount of data is not the problem, it's the bandwidth. And China's moving toward I think they went 10G, like 10 gigabit per second. That's hardcore. And well anyways, I see this as being a potential revenue generator. So why not make the product? I'm trying to, like today. In the next couple weeks, hopefully it will be something where I have a workflow. But anyways, the idea was bandwidth. So I was thinking like, why would a hotel want us to go through the entire hotel, and I'm like, in that data, it might cost 100 gigs to store that file. And then I'm like, oh wait, no, it's only 100 gigs of bandwidth to upload the video file. And then perhaps it's a lot, maybe the data type, I'm thinking ahead, but the point is, in the future, I can see how large sets of data, it's continuing, like Moore's law, if you will, but in terms of storage. Like, we're getting terabytes on micro SD cards. So anyway, I was thinking towards the bandwidth problem. I'm rambling now. But yeah, today I'm feeling positive, but a lot of my work is just me alone, vibe coding. And very soon it's like, we won't have to be doing this. The future's so, where I was feeling the unease of like, the future's so wild in terms of when someone dies, but then the future that happens when they're gone, it's like, they would never have imagined it, right? Or I should say, it's anyone who living through something as large as AI is the people that go through that process, it's a scary time, of course. And it's just like the wild ride of like, wow, this is reality for me, Corey Zuber. In the future, it'll just be old history of like, oh yeah, humans didn't have AI, and then they had AI, and then they had AGI, and then they had ASI, artificial superintelligence. But right now, it's like things are changing so fast that like you just want to throw the fucking headset off. If that, like, metaphorically speaking, you're like, get me the fuck out of this simulation. I'm just gonna walk around in nature. And like, so that's kind of where I started today's video of humans develop all this crazy technology, but then you ask, how long has dirt been dirt? How long has bushes been bushes and trees been trees and cacti been cacti? And the answer is fucking long time. Like on the order of billions of years, if not more. And the rate of change we are going through right now is so sickening. It's like accelerating so fast that your brain just throws up. It's like remembering that we're human. Like we were animals, and somehow it's to survive, we have to get infinitely smart, infinitely fast. You don't have to. You can also just come back to the real world and remember to drink some water, stay hydrated, eat antioxidants, raw foods, carrots. Like, personally, I'm like, man, I have a terrible diet. I drink way too much Red Bull. Like, I love getting caffeinated and just fucking sitting down on the computer and going. Like, I'm a worker. I am a fucking workhorse, man. And I feel like that isn't going to be needed anymore. So I'm like, oh, all right, I gotta go outside now. So it's like, imagine you become good at something and then your skill just becomes useless. But then I'm like, okay, maybe it's not useless. It's like more food for thought for when I'm doing something else. But anyways, it's like, it's hard for me. It's hard to go back and think what life would be like if I wasn't a programmer or a closet math enthusiast or a mechanical engineer. It's like, I don't know what it's like to live life without math, but I can see that a lot of people live life without math. They just give up on it. And then you hear people like, oh yeah, I want to get good at math, and they just talk about counting. Like, there is such larger ways of thinking if you overhaul your mindset, but it's not necessary. I'm not telling people to do that. It's just more so like, I'm at a level, and I'm not saying I'm like some better person. It's just like, it's a lonely experience. It's like, because I decided and was interested in the technologies of like, how do you create a neural network and all these things, and have built them, and And now it's like, oh, we don't need you. We just talk to AGI and it does it all for us. And I at least understand how it works. But it's like the balance of feeling invaluable, not invaluable, not unvaluable. And then seeing, and then we're hearing about World War III starting and CIA operatives wanting to leave the country by 2030. And it's like, what the fuck, man? Do I get a chance at any of this? Or am I just doomed? Do I have no choice? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm like, some people are like, stay in the country and try and fix it and do your, like, create for our country. Or do I leave the country, not because I don't like it, but because I'm like, I want a chance at survival, and if we're going to have to watch an imminent nuclear war play out in 2030, then I'd like to be well prepared. And it's not trying to think that it's impossible for a nuclear war to happen, but thinking or accepting the fact that it's out of my control and trying to be happy with my lot in life regardless of the intentions of the power hungry. So it's like, if that's the lesson that the world needs to learn to move on, like, if you can't, you have to do the thing to learn the lesson. And if the world needs to have a nuclear war, that's a terribly sad thing to recognize. But like, maybe it has to happen. And I'm not condoning it. It's more like, I'm hoping that, if I'm alive in 2030, like, I feel like I could die at any moment given how much caffeine and sugar I've taken in, and I'm trying to fix that. But it's more like, I had all these crazy fun business plans, and then everything's like, oh, World War III, everything's blowing up, goodbye. And I'm like, fuck. Okay, I'm turning around. So I just talk to my cell phone now. Like, how... What the hell else am I supposed to do? Talk to family that disagrees with me? It's not fun. It's like, when I try to share, everyone just shuts me off anyway. So I'm like, where do I go? I don't know. What should I try and build? I don't know. What eventuality or future should I prepare for? I don't know. I really don't. And it's just an odd experience to just talk to this technological brick, knowing that a few people are going to perhaps watch it in the future. But right now, it's just me riding around in the desert, talking about a company I'm working on that doesn't even matter. It's like, oh, we build a company, but humanity dies. So why bother? Why bother? This is the core problem I am struggling with. I'm like, do I give it all up? Just move to some island country or South America, New Zealand, Australia, somewhere to, I don't know what to do. I never know what to do. And yet I'm always doing something. PortalGun. Maybe it'll make some money. Who gives a fuck?